The MASL would like to welcome you to tonight's broadcast of the Major Arena Soccer League on MASL TV. I'm Peyton Behrens, alongside me, the one and only Cole Weaver. Cole, we got a fun one on our hands. It's been a while since we've seen the Stars here at the ShoWare Center, but we're back. This team has been so good at home, posting a 7-3 record so far on the season. What are you expecting tonight out of these Tacoma Stars as they host the Kansas City Comets?
Well, what I'm expecting and what I'm hoping for might be two different things. Kansas City Comets are in a place where they're pushing for playoff glory, and they need points tonight just as bad as the Stars. Stars might need it more, though. We'll talk about that in a little bit. What I'm expecting here is definitely a good match.
A couple of fireworks on hand. The Tacoma Stars welcome the Tayu brothers. Frank Tayu, king of MASL, is a Tacoma Star. Seems like this journeyman's making his stops all over the league, and now he's with Tacoma, trying to help out with a playoff push. What's it like when a squad adds a guy who can go out and bag goals the way that Frank Tayu does?
Yeah, he's a proven goal scorer. He's a character. He's a personality, and he's going to need to find a way to mesh with this young team. And ultimately, when new faces come into a squad, they can either provide an instant impact and become immediate favorites on the squad, or maybe they don't live up to the expectations as quickly as people want. So tonight's a big night for Frank, and I'd expect him to perform just fine as he has in the past.
Now, the Kansas City Comets have a plethora of goal scorers, but none other than Rian Marquez is somebody to watch tonight. And how do the Stars, without Logan Jones, try and go about defending such a prolific scorer?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a team effort. There's definitely going to be a man-marking mentality of, when so-and-so is on the pitch, you need to be on him. But it's definitely going to be reduce the access of him to receive the ball and cut off those channels. The less opportunities he has in front of goal, less opportunities he has to score.
We mentioned the Tayu brothers just moments ago, but they are not the only brothers suiting up tonight for the Tacoma Stars. The Tacoma Stars welcome back Rafael Cox, brother of Jamel Cox, an 8-year MASL veteran, back with the Tacoma Stars. Excited to see what Rafael Cox and Jamel Cox can team up for tonight.
Yeah, fresh face, but an old face at the same time. So everybody knows him. We know what he can do. He's a goal scorer. He's a creator, and he obviously has the chemistry with his brother as well as the rest of the squad.
The Tacoma Stars are playing host to the Kansas City Comets. We got a good one on our hands tonight. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff right around the corner right here on MASL TV.
Out here in the Pacific Northwest, every jersey is made with care right here at home. Crafted for the Tacoma Stars and teams across the nation. Built to perform on the big stage. I'm proud to wear Prototype Sports, the official uniform supplier of the Tacoma Stars.
Go Stars!
Welcome to Zenith Sports and Techie. I'm Paul Hansen.
And I'm Philip Luns. So what's special about the Techie ball is a size 3, but a weight of a size 5, which would make it challenging and fun to use. Like Paul said, doing practices on your own time.
What I know about this ball is whether you're starting out at age 5, or you're an old fart like me, or a younger fart like Philip. This ball is something that's going to take your ability when you practice with it and then go use a regulation ball. It's going to increase your comfort, increase your technical ability, increase your speed. Welcome to Techie.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
It's our annual Salute to Service game, and the Tacoma Stars are wearing specialty Pro-Time Sports jerseys. You can win your favorite player's jersey or player's game-worn jersey by bidding. You'll scan a QR code later on during the game, and you will place your bid through the live source auction. Win one, win them all. It's up to you. Good luck. It's our Salute to Service night from the Tacoma Stars. Peyton Behrens, Cole Weaver, Tacoma Stars hosting the Kansas City Comets, and kickoff is just upon us here. Mitre is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, Mitre is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com. Cole, we got an exciting one tonight. It's going to be the Stars in the black jerseys. It's the Comets in the white jerseys. I mean, fireworks on hand. These are always great games. Every time these two teams get together, it seems like we got ourselves a good one, and I think that the Tacoma Stars really need to kick it in high gear if they want to make a playoff run.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Stars currently sitting in 7th place, just one position out of that vital playoff position. The Comets on the other side were at the top of the table for quite some time, and they slipped a little bit down into 4th place. And they have everything to play for here this evening, so 3 points are extremely vital for both sides.
Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit maslsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL in team gear. Tacoma Stars going with a familiar lineup tonight. Starting, Luis Beretta is in the net. Chase Hansen, Alex Caceres are your defensive players. Jamel Cox, Nani Mendoza in the midfield, and up top, the king himself, Frank Tayu, the new face to the Tacoma Stars. He's already got himself a goal under his belt as a Tacoma Star. Excited to see what he does here at the ShoWare Center tonight.
Yeah, he gets the opportunity to show the home crowd what he's all about and what he's done throughout the course of his career. And the Stars need goals. They need results. They need good performances. And it'll definitely be on his mind. You see him right on there on the screen. Number 15, ready to put on a performance.
Think you can predict the MASL? Head over to nxtbets.com to place your wagers on all the MASL action this season. Cole, predictions for tonight. Tacoma Stars playing host to the Kansas City Comets here at the Accesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington. Take a look at your captains, but let's hear what you think are going to happen in the next 60 and potentially more minutes of MASL soccer.
Yeah, well, the Kansas City Comets have two absolutely prolific goal scorers in Reggett and Marquez. So they're going to need to be shut down if the Stars have a goal of winning this game, which is an obvious statement. They're going to need to keep it close. I expect a little bit of a timid start, I would say. I would expect the Comet to come out much stronger than the Stars might in the first quarter here. Final prediction, 6-4, Stars win.
I love it. Tyler John back in the lineup for the Tacoma Stars, and he is such a pivotal player when it comes to the explosiveness of this team. There's the battling injury year in, year out. Game in, game out, this season. And I'm really excited to see what Tyler John has to do tonight with this squad. Frank Tayu stands over the ball in the center circle. He brings something new to this Tacoma Stars team that they've desperately needed, and that's a target forward. So much of this Stars team has been built in transition play. Having Tayu up top to just post up is something that the Tacoma Stars have been missing ever since the departure of Nick Pereira.
Yeah, and I think you put it perfectly as we see him on the ball here for the first time this evening. He does add that other element, and it's an element that the Stars have needed. Goal scorers, they've had their injury troubles. Good to see Tyler John back in the lineup. But there's always been a question mark where the goal's really going to come from.
Tayu on his right foot, he goes near post, and Jamadu stands still, watches it off the wall.
As we've already seen, we'll know exactly where they're going to come from if the Stars are going to have joy tonight.
A good first shift here in Tacoma for Tayu. Heads to the bench. Alessandro Canale comes on. This is Ramos dribbling forward. The Stars are going left to right across your screen. Adrian Correa on the ball, and now Kai Briscoe. Last time we were here, it was a celebration of the University of Washington men's national championship soccer team. Kai Briscoe, an alum of that program, and he scored a goal, a high-flying goal. Ramos dribbling in. Briscoe was able to celebrate with his former teammates right against the glasses. They were down pitch side. It was a great scene. It's a great highlight to see of Kai Briscoe scoring that goal and celebrating with his dogs.
Yeah, what a moment. Couldn't have written it better. And what a goal it was in very Kai Briscoe fashion. Acrobatics, emphatic, powerful. Really special stuff to see.
Stars have held on to possession this entire first quarter. Here's Romero in behind. Ejimadu comes up with a save. First time he's called into action tonight. Briscoe resettles possession. This is Canale. Romero. Stars would love an opener here. Correa swings for Ramos. Briscoe pings that ball off the leg of Lennis, and it's out of play for a Stars restart.
Now, I'll tell you what, Peyton, I was wrong right from the get-go. I was saying it might have been a little bit of a timid start from both sides, but it's straight to business, and the Stars have started on the front foot, which is great to see from a home perspective. Really quality possession. Let's see if they can actually pay it off.
Nestor Hernandez on the field. He notched his 200th career game in the MASL with his last time out, so he is in game number 201 tonight. Congratulations to Nestor Hernandez on that milestone. John plays this ball back and into the middle. Rafael Cox on the floor for the first time. He's wearing the number 23, as he has done so for 8 seasons with the Tacoma Stars. Stars possession just continues. Hernandez goes for Caceres off the windows, and now it's back for Cox. Rafael and Jamel Cox both on the field simultaneously. Jamel stretching the field a little bit further than Rafael was. Rafael goes for a sub. Mendoza. Square ball sets up Hansen. Anything shooting range for Chase Hansen. Watch out for him. Tyler John now into the corner. John off the windows. Ejimadu pushes it away. Ball still bouncing. Tyler John trying to run through. This is John. Back for Hansen. Stars have still yet to cede possession. I don't know if a pass has been completed by the Kansas City Comets tonight. And here's the first.
There it is. Classic commentator's curse, but it's been a really good spell, and here come the Comets.
Francis pushing his shot. Luis Barreto with a good save, and a need ball back from Caceres to Barretta. Francis with a nice little shove to Caceres, letting him know, hey, happy Friday night. Hope you're enjoying the weekend. Stars got themselves a tough one. It's a home game tonight. Head on a plane tomorrow, and they'll be in Milwaukee on Sunday. Barretta goes forward, looking for Tayu. Tayu trying to turn, faces forward, now brings it back towards Romero. Quick little step overs. Tayu off the wall. Ejimadu springs out to catch. Kansas City finally has an opportunity to catch their breath. And Ejimadu with a throw. Reggett can't get to it. Correa settles with the chest. Falls kindly for Zach Reggett. Here's Briscoe. High press from Kansas City, trying to win it back. Put into a dangerous spot. Shouts for a handball, but just in front of the official. Here's Tayu. He lays off. Romero overlapping. Trying to avoid a double team. He does so. Brings us back. This is Jamel Cox.
That's really good hold-up play from the big man. That's what they've been needing. Someone just to relieve the pressure, and then Romero doing his job in maintaining possession. Now the Stars get to go again as they look to slowly build.
Here's a big curling ball looking for Alessandro Canale. Pino forces that ball up the wall. Briscoe nearly pulled to the ground. He's going to play on. Romero back against the boards. Cox gets around one defender, being chased down well from Garza. Canale, the long target for the Stars right now. He's stretching out the field. Talk about the Tayu target forward. The early parts of the season, it was Kyle Rivers taking on the target forward duties. So Alessandro Canale came in a few weeks ago to try and pick up some of those duties with injuries happening to the roster. And now we see Frank Tayu, Alessandro Canale. So it's a different look team, without a doubt, than what we saw at the start of the season in January, in December. The Comets coming the other way. Alamari. He's pushed down from behind by Chris Fernandez, and it's going to be a Comets free kick. They're going to go for a change. Tetsane on the field. Cole, you've watched a lot of Lucia Tetsane.
Yes, I have.
Ballard FC product. Cole does some Ballard FC games in the summer as their broadcaster, and Tetsane is one heck of a player, both indoors and out. Here's a right-footed shot that's up and over the net from Rian Marquez.
Yeah, I was telling you in the pregame, Peyton, he scored one of the most ridiculous goals I've ever seen. It was the inaugural year for Ballard FC when we were in preseason getting ready to get things kicked off in the USL2. as a left back, mind you, scored about a 40-yard full volley bar down. And I had a perfect view as a goalkeeper just straight behind him, and he was so nonchalant. He scored it, mini celebration, kept on with his business. That's just the type of player he is. Went on to be the captain of Ballard FC, and you know, all the accolades that he achieved throughout the 2 seasons with Ballard were very well earned. So good friend of mine, class player. Wish him all the best here this evening.
And he's seen some international duty following his time with Ballard FC, during his time with Ballard FC for Lesotho.
Yeah, and I had an opportunity to talk with him. He had the opportunity to play against some really legit players. He was matched up against Sir Jorge, who at the time was with Tottenham, international for Côte d'Ivoire, or Ivory Coast.
Here's a dangerous attack by the Comets. Beretta with a good shin save. He plants his leg over the top of it and just pins it down. That's that right leg that Luis Beretta has had injuries on for the last couple of weeks. He's played through some. He's had to sit out of a couple of games. But this is Tayu on the other end. Tayu with a strike off the corner. Hansen now back for Correa.
Yeah, great save from Beretta, but at the same time, the distribution, knowing that he has a striker that's going to be able to hold the ball up, the confidence of just being able to play that out. That's really good stuff from the Stars, and I like what I'm seeing so far, Peyton.
Whistle blown. I want to say it's on Canale. Off-ball contact as Correa was trying to drive to the left.
Yeah, it looked almost like a basketball screen when it set his feet.
Hey, moving screens are seemingly legal in the NBA every single year.
It's a loose rule for sure.
It continues. Here's a long ball over the top. Beretta with a header all the way back for Canale.
Love to see an early goalkeeper header. That's the indicator that you know you're in for a good game.
Get the header in early.
Yeah, yeah.
I just love any headers in MASL, period. I mean,
that's true. They are a rare commodity by themselves.
Ball off the window, looking for Canale. He strikes, he scores! Alessandro Canale, he's got the opener here at the ShoWare Center. The Tacoma Stars have a 1-0 lead over the Kansas City Comets.
And speaking of headers, I believe it was Pino who put himself in danger, couldn't quite get the clearance off, and Canale just took full advantage and rifled one to the back of the net. Early advantage for the Stars, 1-0.
Tacoma Stars leading. This is another look at it. Long ball brought down off the header of Pino. Canale sinks it home, and that's going to take us into a media timeout. It's Tacoma Stars 1. It's the Kansas City Comets 0. We'll be right back on MASL TV.
When the time comes, we must be ready.
When every second counts.
Be ready.
Act fast.
Do not give up.
Push hard. Keep pushing when it's all on the line.
Be there for each other.
Give it everything you've got.
Do more for your team.
Be ready.
Stay ready.
Call 911.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready. Be ready.
Call 911.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. MASLsoccer.com. It's the Tacoma Stars 1. It's the Kansas City Comets 0 in an opening first quarter that has been dominated on the possession category by the Tacoma Stars. Peyton Barron's Cole Weaver. And then a really incredible 7.5 minutes for these Tacoma Stars here to start things. Ejimatu's over the midway stripe. But the Tacoma Stars looked incredibly good in possession. Here's Rion Marquez trying to answer. Ball slotted across, still bouncing around. Tasane, his shot misses out. Beretta got enough of a deflection. And the Comets, just like that, nearly erased the deficit that they created.
Yeah, clearly that break did them well. They came out firing. If it wasn't for a pretty heroic block there right on the line, this game would be leveled up. Seem to have a new energy about them, the visitors do here. They win a free kick.
Marquez goes down. It was a foul by Mike Ramos. A free kick for the Kansas City Comets. Under 6 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Ball played down the line into the corner. It's Reggett battling with Adrian Correa, the Auburn product. Good local talent on this Tacoma Stars team. Reggett plays back, working around. Palmer swings. Pino back and forth with Nacho Flores. This is Palmer. Excuse me, that was Pino. This is Palmer. Correa reads it like a book. Incredible interception. He and John go forward. Correa pushed down from behind. He draws the foul. A blue card's going to be shown. The Tacoma Stars will go up a man for 2 minutes. The power play unit will be on the floor for Tacoma. It has not been a successful one, but what a smart play by Adrian Correa. Yeah. It's like Chris Paul playing point guard, yet another NBA reference. But look at Correa just read and feel the defender, get his body in front, and then go down.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Brilliant from Correa, as he has such a just great vision of the game, and on his defensive side, he's so aware constantly of where the man is, where the ball is, and he always does a great job of intercepting there. And you know, we saw Regan a moment ago pleading the innocence, but that was as clear blue card as you get.
So while we credit Adrian Correa on that, the Kansas City faithful will not be thrilled about that. Probably thinking Adrian went down a little soft there. Understandably so. Here's Romero on the power play. Tetsane with a toe poke. Pino now trying to look for some help. Tetsane up against the boards. He goes around Caceres. Whistle's going to get blown against, and it's a blue card shown. Caceres can't believe it. The captain for Tacoma immediately gets a blue card 20 seconds into the power play, and the Tacoma Stars and the Kansas City Comets will be playing even at 4.
Wow. Yeah, and Caceres is speechless as he can't believe that that was a blue card. We'll need to see the replay here. There's definitely a foul in the buildup on Tetsane with a tug of the shirt. I think the question here is, was it warranted of a blue card? We have a yellow being shown now.
And I believe Jamel Cox for going over, talking to our referees, talking to the officials about the decision rather than staying away. We do have a hot mic situation, it seemed like.
Play against number 7 of Tacoma for stopping a promising attack. An additional 5 minutes for failure to report to the penalty box.
So it is going to be the blue card, yellow card on Alessandro Canali because he did not report to the penalty box. You'll see right here when that blue card gets shown, he runs all the way across the field. I did think that that yellow card was on Jamel Cox, but Caceres went all the way across the field to discuss it with the official. He did not go straight towards the penalty box. It's an automatic blue card, yellow card. He's going to get an additional 5 minutes, and that's why you see Chris Fernandez in the penalty box with him so that he can be released at the end of the 2 minutes.
And it's being allocated as stopping a promising attack, but I'll tell you what, Sia Tetsane was just trying to get rid of that ball. Yes, there was a man forward, but I don't know how much I like that blue card.
Marquez with a shot. Tayu goes down. There's a whistle blown. It doesn't seem like it's for the foul. It's so that we can stop play. Dominic Francis is on the ground with an injury. He was in the middle of the buildup. Here's Tayu on the ground. A little bit of chaos here in the first quarter of the ShoWare.
Heated up out of nowhere, and you know, my first reaction to seeing that there is what's different about this foul on Tayu, as we see him kind of fight through pressure, walk away with it. And he's making the most of it, but yeah, the order has descended into chaos pretty quickly here with about 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Both teams down to 4 men apiece.
Hansen has to get that one away quickly. It doesn't clear Palmer. He brings this back. Ejimadu might walk up and join the attack. He holds back. I thought he was going to go forward and try and give Kansas City a 5-on-4 advantage. Roughly a 20-second difference between the two power plays on the floor right now. Kansas City has 40 seconds remaining in their penalty. Reggett into the corner, trying to turn Correa. He does so with a strike. Backside effort. It's a shot. It's a goal. Tetsane levels it on the back post. Beretta couldn't get to it on the backside. Tetsane comes crashing in, and Kansas City has leveled things at 1.
Lucia Tetsane doing Tetsane things, arrives late, keeps that ball low. It's bouncing and it's difficult in front of him. Credit to Reggett as he turns Correa. I feel like Luis Beretta, as he looks back on that, would have wanted to do more. He kind of just sticks out of hand. He does need to make the save, but it's unconvincing of where that ball goes. And arrives Lucia Tetsane, and like I mentioned earlier, scores a massive goal for his side and just calmly walks away. That's just what he does. 1-1.
So the Stars, they're going to remain at 4 because it's a yellow card that's being served by Caceres. The goal does not negate the penalty. Kansas City continues to play on 4-on-4. Ball into the middle. Briscoe. Briscoe taking off his feet. Long ball from Rafael Cox. It's intercepted and headed away well. Lennis is out of the penalty box. The Comets are back on the attack, and they're up a man. Here's a ball trying to get crossed from Palmer. Briscoe does a great job getting the block. Here comes Rafael Cox the other way. The Stars short-handed, pushing forward. Cox outside the foot for John. John nutmegs Ejimadu. The Stars score short-handed.
What a reaction from the Stars. Cox on the breakaway. Tyler John with an emphatic nutmeg finish. We felt things slipping a little bit throughout the course of the season. The Stars have been known to allow emotions to get in the way of good performances, but this has been nothing but clinical. Great tackle in the middle of the field. Away comes Cox. He makes the right decision at the right time. A perfect pass on a platter for Tyler John, and he buries it. 2-1.
Huge credit to Rafael Cox. Welcome back to Tacoma, being able to get an assist on his first game of the season. Caceres' 2 minutes are up. He still has to serve another 5 for the yellow card, and it's a strike from distance. It's Tetsane again. This game is back and forth, and what a banger.
Tetsane, what a goal from distance. And again, banger, top corner, walks away nonchalant, gets a sub. Let's see Tetsane take a bow, sir.
Oh man, what a brace he has, and he scores it in just over a minute of play. It was about 1 minute and 4 seconds between goals for Tetsane. A left foot strike, it's near post, it beats Beretta. Wow.
He really is just such an incredible player, Peyton. I mean, yes, he's my friend. Yes, I've played with him. But the first time I ever had the opportunity to see him on a pitch, I knew he was just such top class. And, you know, this is just what he does. He just scores incredible goals, and he's so solid defensively, and he's a leader. So what an asset that the Comets have in Lucia Tetsane.
He silenced the crowd after it had blown up from the Tyler John short-handed goal. Just seconds later, it was 10 seconds from the Tyler John goal. Header down, brought down by Garza. Left foot strike well over into the safety netting. Just over 2 minutes to play here in this first quarter. And boy, have we had a lot of action.
Yeah, I'll say it again. I couldn't have been more wrong. I was expecting a slow start from both sides. Anything but immediate fireworks. We're in for a game this evening, Peyton.
Ramos pushes forward. He plays back for Nestor Hernandez after leaving one in the dust. Hansen's going to curl this ball to the corner. It's off the window again. Canale was trying to time it over Pino again. This is Ramos. Ramos on the left foot, falls underneath him. Hansen dives in. Here's a push. Here's a break. Nestor Hernandez can't win it. Alamari plays all the way back. I thought Canale was going to be able to get there and break away. Under 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Tetsane, he's got himself 2 goals. Can he get a third in the first quarter? And he does. It's a hat trick in the opening 15 minutes. Tetsane, how do you do?
Peyton, I don't have any more words. I've used them all. He's incredible. Everything he does is just class. You know, the intent of what he's doing when he receives that ball, you see him square up with his defender, roll a couple times to assess which direction he's going to go, and once he makes his decision, he's fully committed, and you see just the intent with his running. This touch here gets a little bit away from him, but he has that just extra bit of pace. And ultimately, you know, you have to credit, there's very little that Berrueta can do. It's a great finish. He's got a hattie. We're not even done with the first quarter.
I'm going to run out of space on my stat sheet just from Lucia Tetsane today. I mean, who knows what this guy can do for the remainder of the game. 3 goals in the first quarter. Big touch from Ejimadu. He goes horizontal and takes out Jamel Cox. It's an automatic blue card. Cox is going to be feeling that one tomorrow. Ejimadu heads to the penalty box, and we're going to see Neto off the bench. This first quarter has been more action-packed than I think anything we've seen here at the ShoWare Center this season. It's a heavy touch. It's an unfortunate touch. He tries to go and save it, and it just goes fully through Jamel Cox.
My word.
2 minutes tripping on Kansas City, number 99.
Yeah, and it's a straightforward blue card. Nobody's complaining about it. Walks straight to the bench. Touch gets away from him. You know, there's been no, other than the first maybe 4 minutes of the game, Peyton, where the Stars really had possession and were moving the ball around pretty well, there has been absolutely no rhythm.
So the Stars will be on a shootout. Frank Tayu, none other than the king himself, is going to jump on the field to take it. Neto gets off the bench and into the goal. The crowd should be excited to see Frank Tayu, his 225th game. He sits on 434 career goals. He stands over this ball. And waiting for someone to go and serve the penalty with Ejimadu in the penalty box. It'll be Nacho Flores. The man in the gold boots. The boots that match the hair. Tayu on the run up. Neto off his line. Tayu slips. Neto wins it. Neto comes up victorious. What a huge stand up from the goalkeeper off the bench to deny one of MASL's all-time best.
Wow. Just completely fluffs his lines. Looks to walk around the goalkeeper. You can see it's very clear what he's trying to do and just gets it all wrong. A blunder that he won't want to see, but unfortunately, the Stars are going to have to continue this comeback, if you can call it that. They've got 47 seconds left to play, but they're still a man up.
Romero with a shot, it's off the post. So the last time the Stars were in a power play, the man-up advantage lasted 10 seconds. They've already exceeded that. It's a great strike. Tayu over the bar. Romero nearly had enough. This is Cox. Ramos to Romero. Romero with a strike, just misses. Mendoza. Ramos! He gets the Stars third. He levels things again here at the ShoWare. Mike Ramos is amazing.
The man of the moment. When you need a big goal, look to Mike Ramos. He's done it so many times, especially in the recent games here at the ShoWare. And you felt it coming. The shots had venom behind them. They were moving the ball around well. They were finding pockets of space. It felt like it was just a matter of time Manny Mendoza at the top of the box was doing a really good job of feinting the shot and creating little pockets. Puts it on a platter, and Mike Ramos makes no mistake.
Only the 5th time the Tacoma Stars have scored on a power play this season. Does not happen often, and it happens tonight.
Lucia Tetson is not on the field. They can't score right now.
Beretta rolls this ball out to himself. He plays forward. Tyler John on the rush, waits for it off the wall, tries to recenter it, and the horn sounds. The Tacoma Stars leveled things up at 3. An incredible first quarter, and that is what makes this sport amazing. Tacoma Stars 3, Kansas City Comets 3. We'll step aside for a short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the greatest sport on earth on MASL TV.
Out here in the Pacific Northwest, every jersey is made with care right here at home. Crafted for the Tacoma Stars and teams across the nation. Built to perform on the big stage. I'm proud to wear Prototype Sports, the official uniform supplier of the Tacoma Stars.
Go Stars!
For this incredible...
The lights are bright and the fans are loud. It's the Kansas City Comets taking on the Tacoma Stars. Stream it live on MASLplus.tv and replay the game on demand. Clip it, share it, live it again. Make sure to favorite your team to get instant updates on every game. It's MASL Plus. Peyton Barons, Cole Weaver, Tacoma Stars 3, Kansas City Comets 3, and if you're just now joining us, you missed an incredible opening 15 minutes. I want to try and recap this as best as I can. We had the opening goal about midway through that first quarter. There was 6:48 left on the clock when Alessandro Canale was able to get a goal. We saw a blue card about a minute and 30 seconds later to Kansas City's Lennis. Just 20 seconds later, Caceres found himself with a blue card and a yellow card, to which he is still serving. He has a minimum of 2 more seconds on that yellow card, and then he doesn't get out of the box until the next dead stoppage in play. Following that, we saw a Tetsane hat trick, which took him all of about 2 minutes and 45 seconds to score 3 goals. Tyler John had a goal in there. Ejimadu ends up getting a blue card, and Ramos scored on the power play. Cole, how did I do on the recap?
You know, here we are. And I think that you're going to be in for some more recaps throughout the course of this game, because how this is pacing, we're in for game of the season. I'm just going to throw it out there. First quarter down, 3-3. Playoffs on the line. We've had a heck of a performance so far.
Barry onto the field. I believe this is his second shift of the night. Here's Ejimadu. He's back after serving his penalty. Left foot strike, back post, the Comets back on top. It was Francis setting up Reggett. Oh man, what a game we got.
And just a bullet across the front of goal, and it's a simple tap in the end. Disappointment from the home side as it felt like defenses just collapsed. It was a really good ball out from Ejimadu. As we see here, a cross play, really well struck across the face of goal.
Reggett on the goal, Francis on the assist. And the Kansas City Comets are soaring here against the Tacoma Stars. This is incredible. Do the Stars have a quick answer up their sleeve? Who knows what we're going to see for the remainder of the night.
Yeah, don't ask me any more predictions. I don't know.
Canale with a strike. Ejumadu's got to make a big save. Tetsane chases it down. Hernandez. Romero's played really well on the wings tonight. See if he can find himself a goal. Tetsane up the boards. He goes long over the top. Beretta out to get it. A little tap in. Beretta with a mistake off of his line, and Andreas is able to get the Comets' 5th of the night. It's the opening 45 seconds of the second quarter, and the Comets already got 2.
It's such an awkward one for the goalkeeper. That ball comes through, and he has to deal with it in some way. I mean, Andreas is right there, and if Luis Beretta doesn't come out, it's going to be an easy collection, and there would have been questions asked. You know, it looks like a massive blunder, but I'll tell you as a goalkeeper, those are so difficult to judge and deal with. You're going to look back at the replay and just feel so silly. I feel for Luis in the end. But it's a big mistake, and the lead for the Comets continues, 5-3.
This is an incredible game that we are seeing. I mean, we have had a game worth of action in 16 minutes worth of MASL play.
Yeah.
Foul called on Tyler John. And don't think it was mentioned in the time as it was happening, but the assist is to who else but Tetsane. He is maybe having the game of his career right now with 3 goals and an assist through the opening first quarter plus change.
He knows I'm watching. That's all I'm going to say.
Correa wears this off the chest. Tried to look forward for Cox. Palmer got in the way. Here's Palmer. Lays it off to his right. Flores with a strike. It's centered perfectly off the wall. This is settled for Lennis. Lennis gets it back on the bounce pass. It's off the bar. It's bar down. It finishes. Just like that, it's 6-3. The Comets are dominating here in Tacoma.
Just turning into an absolute goal fest. I thought Lennis missed his opportunity as he got the bounce pass, but he managed to settle it really well and just gets one of those toe pokes off. That's so hard to read as a goalkeeper, and jeez, what a finish. 6-3, the Comet continue their dominance.
Becker calls a timeout on the field, clearly wants to talk things over with his squad. Fans catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and CBS Sports Galaza Network. Alex Bachavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. It's MASL Monday. Tacoma trails 6-3. Just about a minute and 30 seconds ago, they had this thing level at 3-3, and how quickly we got here.
You know, I have to point out the blue card, yellow card combo. I think that, I mean, it's an obvious comment, but it needs to be said. Massive changing point in terms of how this game has felt. The Stars were dominating from the get-go with their possession, their intensity, and their defensive work, shots on target, all the above. The moment that yellow and blue card combo occurred, we saw the dynamic shift, and guess who that blue card was on, by the way? Lucia Tetsane. So we're starting to see a common trend here. We'll see how this continues. Who knows?
I can't wait to see what more Lucia Tetsane does tonight. I mean, what an incredible play. This guy loves playing in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Well, fans, be sure to head to the merch table to purchase your mini balls for the end of the third quarter. Tacoma Stars mini ball toss. Your opportunity.
Caceres sitting in the box. It was a 2-minute blue card, a 5-minute yellow card. So a 7-minute penalty overall. Happened just under with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. So he's nearly to the end of his penalty. Hernandez goes sliding. The whistle's held on to. Advantage being played. Here's a strike. Beretta makes a save. Ramos, he turns and goes forward. Gets through 2 defenders. He's taken off of his feet. I think some thought that Nestor Hernandez was going to be on a delayed blue card there for that sliding challenge.
Yeah, it almost felt like that foul canceled it out. It definitely was blue card worthy. Came in late, took the man. Advantage continues. Credit to the refs for letting play go on.
Briscoe, he battles with Francis. Briscoe couldn't get the shot past Chad Vandergriff. Beretta, long ball looking for Tayu. He checks too close. That ball just exceeds the boundaries where Tayu had just vacated. Ball played forward. The overlapping run, well done. Alamani into the corner, and Beretta comes out, meets him just at the edge of the goalkeeping area. Little Travella there from Cox. Romero on the other end of it. Tetsane toe pokes out and away into the stands. Stars will have a reset, and Caceres is finally relieved from his duties in the sin bin.
Yeah, and he'll be stewing over that. I still think that the blue card was a little soft that was given initially, but man, I would like to get a penny for his thoughts of what he's been watching, because he saw this entire chaotic 15 minutes occur in the box.
Ramos is chasing down defensively, trying to work back into position in front of Ramirez. Tayu turns, has Briscoe going forward. I think you mentioned a great point that Caceres yellow-blue card was such a catalyst for everything that happened. When Caceres went into the box, it was 1-0 Tacoma Stars, and they were on a power play. They were in a man-up advantage, and everything there just changed.
How quickly this game can shift.
Long ball behind. Ramos looked like he had lost his man, but he recovered well enough. Palmer trying to get past Tayu. This sets up Marquez. Vandergriff makes a cutting run. Marquez trying to push back Adrian Correa. He's looking for space. Marquez goes over the top of Correa physically. This ball goes all the way back for Ejimadu. Here comes this battle again. Correa, Marquez. Cox tries to double down and help out. That ball's off the post and out. I don't know how it stayed out.
That couldn't have hit that more square on the corner. Those are squared posts. Those are not rounded. It has to hit it directly on the corner for it to come back out at a 180 degree like that. Inches over, and that's buried in the back of the net. Not even inches, centimeters. More realistic.
Pino swings this ball wide. It's Tetsane. He's on 3 and an assist. Briscoe steps in. Now, you might have better knowledge on this than me. Did Briscoe and Tetsane overlap at Ballard FC?
Yes. Yeah, they did, year 2. And I saw them talking to each other before the game. Kai Briscoe, I mean, they were fullback brothers, essentially, right? Tetsane on the left side, Kai Briscoe on the right. That is a powerful duo. And they won the national tournament together. So, no surprise there.
Canale into the corner, battling Pino. It's been a good battle we've seen a few times tonight. Hernandez with a strike. Ejimadu with a better save. Timed it well. Mendoza goes square for Caceres. Caceres off the short side wall. Couldn't find a crashing Hernandez or Canale. Comets want to break quickly. This ball goes forward looking for Garza. He has a heel flick to an overlapping run. And that ball deflected up into the netting, out of play. Lennis was the overlapper there. And these Kansas City Comets, they break out quick. Flores on the early strike. Cox, give and go with Mendoza. Cox now with a little bit of space. He cuts it inward. Cox has Canale. He goes for Canale. Couldn't get the tap, and he gets caught up under him. Canale keeps rolling. Ejimadu with the scoop.
Oh, now we got some antics off the ball.
But we got Vandergriff out the other way. Whistles blown, challenge flags on the field. Comets want Canale booked. And Nacho Flores just got in the face of Alessandro Canale. I know sparks have flown in Kansas City this season. We've seen some crazy things happen. We'll go back and see what this looks like. But on the ground right now is Dominic Francis. Alessandro Canali was the only Tacoma Star in the vicinity. The Comets are using their video review, their challenge flag, and they want this reviewed. It was Canali. It was 3 shirts around.
Kansas City is challenging for a possible contact above the shoulders.
Our referees tonight, Kyle Trimble is the crew chief, referee Arturo Ibarra, assistant referee Aiden Velasco, fourth official is Ryan Ottle, and in the penalty box is Isabel Trulio.
Yeah, and it was none other than Lucia Tazzani that was vehemently asking for a challenge flag as he was kind of mediating the situation initially, just standing around. He had a pretty good view of it. I did see as I was watching that build up, there definitely was some contact there. Canali throwing some hands. Whether there was contact or if it was intentional, I need to see a replay.
So this is the aftermath. You can see that Francis is on the ground. There's Canali. You can't do something like this. Canali certainly to be booked here. And I mean, you can't get away with this in a sport that has camera angles seemingly everywhere. Nothing good is ever going to come from walking towards the opponent and making that sort of motion with your head. Whether or not you're attempting to make contact with the defender or whatever the intention is, that's a bookable offense.
Yeah, it's so obvious. It's just really silly at the end of the day. Being down 6-3, the game's getting away from you a little bit. You had a great start. He scores a goal. That's just immature, in my opinion, from Canali.
After video review, our decision is a simple foul against Tacoma. Kansas City retains their challenge.
I'm going to go ahead and get this read out now. If you disagree with the call tonight, you might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review, with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube, and I got a feeling that that call is going to be discussed for a while. The Kansas City fans are not thrilled with the result of a common foul. I do not think that the call is correct on the field. Kansas City has now lost their challenge for the remainder of the game.
No, they retained it. He said he retained it because they awarded the foul. He said he retained it on the field. That's just
correct. There's no foul called on the field.
Yep.
Got it. Interesting.
I mean, you know, Kansas City fans that are tuning in here, obviously the Tacoma Stars faithful are in the stadium here, not necessarily on the booth with us. Just know that us here in stadium, we are on your side. So
goodness gracious.
We'll catch our breath. And by the way, I was thinking about this a moment ago. In the middle of all this chaos that's happened, Frank Tayu missed a penalty.
He had a missed penalty tonight. Look, it's a crazy night at the ShoWare, and we got a lot of game action left. This ball gets centered by the Comets.
Yeah,
Cole, we haven't even made it to halftime.
I know.
We haven't made it to the second quarter media timeout.
My 6-4 prediction is a little bit out the door at this point. I knew that was going to be the case about, I don't know, 30 seconds into the game.
Caceres, he's got some work to do tonight, and he's usually really good at making up for any sort of mistakes. Caceres, Tayu on the heel flick over for Ramos. It goes backside all the way around for Caceres. He's a great shooter, and I think he's got himself a goal in the bag tonight. Tayu, the post-up play, so good. Ramos, Briscoe, Caceres inward for Tayu, who turns and strikes. It's a great block from Chad Vandergriff.
Yeah, Vandergriff's got his hands full, and we just saw off the ball there. Tayu give a little bit of credit where credit it's due. That ball was bound to hit the back of the net.
Briscoe carrying forward. Briscoe to Romero. Heavy touch from Yair Romero. Handball's going to be called. Chad Vandergriff had that last block against Frank Tayu, and that's what Chad Vandergriff does so well. 430 career blocks. He's got 48 this season. He's a league leader year in, year out, and he is somebody who just puts his body on the line night in, night out. Currently leads the league at 48. Our very own Logan Jones, who hasn't been around for a few games, is in 5th at 23. Correa pushes forward. Stars desperately need the next. Inward for Canale. Correa. Cox. Still shocked that Canale wasn't booked and that was called as just a common foul.
Yeah. Yeah, and it sets the standard, right? I mean, I would expect Flares to continue through the course of this game. We just saw Jamel Cox off the ball there a moment ago. Give a little bit of afters. Here he is in the ball.
Cox goes at Palmer. Looks inward for his brother. It falls for Canale. He flicks this one forward. Cox had a little bit of space. Great recovery run from Palmer. Here's a strike from Briscoe. It's off the thigh of Canale. He tried to redirect it towards goal. And it's out of the defensive third for the Kansas City Comets. We are to the media timeout. We'll step aside and take a break. It's been an action-packed game, and you don't want to miss any moment of it. Stay with us right here on MASL TV for more action from this second quarter.
Direct your attention.
Becker here, your head coach of the Tacoma Stars. We use Techie at trainings, building better players one touch at a time.
Out here in the Pacific Northwest, every jersey is made with care right here at home. Crafted for the Tacoma Stars and teams across the nation. Built to perform on the big stage. I'm proud to wear Prototype Sports, the official uniform supplier of the Tacoma Stars.
Go Stars!
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Welcome back into the accesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington. Peyton Barons, Cole Weaver, Tacoma Stars trail the Kansas City Comets 6-3 on a Friday night. We thank you for joining us here on MASL TV. Stars are the top of the arc restart. It was cleared out of the defensive area from the Kansas City Comets. They got a three-man wall. Romero, the lefty, over the top, as well as Nani Mendoza. Mendoza to his left has Jamel Cox. He's got Frank Tayu down by the boards. You can see him in your screen there. Romero on the run up. He strikes it, but it's right into the lap of Ejimadu. Swung around. This is Cox. Jamel Cox called for a foul as Marquez took over possession.
Really well worked set piece play there to get the shot on goal. There was an opportunity. It was a good save in the end. It was pretty centric on the goalkeeper.
Ejimadu long ball gets intercepted by Romero's header, and Caceres with a thigh pass back towards Luis Bureta. Bureta gonna go forward just a bit. Chips the ball forward. Tayu thought he was gonna try and tee one up. Caceres from distance. He dials one up long, and Ejimadu gets a fist to it and punches it up over the top.
Yeah, there's that shooting ability that you were talking about from the captain. It's good to see him pose that threat. It'll create more opportunities underneath later.
Caceres on top of this corner kick. Stars crash. He's got Palmer, excuse me, it's Tayu on the backside.
Yeah, not a whole lot he could do with that other than exactly that. It would have been an incredible effort if he got that down on target.
Pino gets things restarted. Ejimadu, who had a blue card earlier and it ended up the Stars scoring on that power play, nearly all forgotten about. Marquez turns, couldn't get a shot around Correa. It deflected off him. Here's Cox on the rollout. It's intercepted well. This is Barry. Barry cuts inward. Sets off for Lennis. Lennis with a strike. Beretta makes a save. But that Ejimadu blue card, I thought that was going to be a big turning point, right? It was a big mistake. It was a heavy touch. He goes into the penalty box. The Stars level things at 3. Game was up for grabs at that point. And since then, it was 3 early second quarter goals for the Kansas City Comets. And now look at this high press. This is incredible work. Mendoza goes down, gets a friendly whistle, and the Stars have a free kick, maybe bailed out. It was good pressure from Marcel Berry.
Yeah, Mendoza playing with fire in his own third of the field. Gets away with one there a little bit.
Beretta, chip ball forward. Chase Hansen waits for it to come down off the wall. A little spin, it falls underneath him. Ramos on the backside, he misses out on the near post.
Golden opportunity goes begging. You give that opportunity to Mike Ramos, and he's burying it 9 times out of 10.
Incredible work from Chase Hansen to be able to settle that ball. It was right underneath his lap, essentially. He settles it, he turned, he spun, it fell right to him, and that pass to Ramos was teed up perfect. Overlap run, Ramos. It was John who laid off. Haven't seen a ton of Tyler John tonight. He does have himself a goal. Romero for Ramos. Well, we haven't seen a lot of Tyler John. It feels like Yair Romero has not left the turf. Under 4 minutes to play in this first half. Romero with a little bit of space. It's another block from Vandergrift. Ball falls kindly off the windows. Romero crashing in. And Ejimadu just reads it well off the deflection.
Let's go.
A game of margins. The Stars are so close here a couple times now for what would be a massive building goal as they approach halftime.
Ramirez helped break the press well. This is a cross ball pass. Tetsane nearly had a great opportunity one-on-one with Beretta to find his 4th of the night. Chalk that up as a win for the Tacoma Stars. Tetsane didn't score when he was in on goal.
That might have been his first missed shot of the night. Yeah, that was a tough one. Similar to the Frank Tayu opportunity earlier. Just didn't really fall for him at any level where he could keep it down and on target. But what do I know? It's Lucia Tetsane. He probably could have scored that if he got another chance.
I got a feeling Tetsane is not done tonight. Correa faces up his defender. It's Nestor Hernandez. Stars falling back into their patient ways here. They open the game with about the first 4 minutes of possession. The Kansas City Comets, I don't think, connected a pass until about 4 minutes into the first quarter. Stars were just knocking the ball, moving well, and all Kansas City could do was get a deflection that would end up into the Stars' defensive half. Stars would chase it down. Since then, it's been a back and forth contest nonstop. Kansas City's had the upper hand this quarter. Chip ball looking for Canale. Vandergrift pops that up and over the top, little header forward. Stars with possession. 100 ticks on the clock. Possession won back by Kansas City. Tetsane, this is Nacho Flores. Caceres called for the foul. Stars in trouble here, trailing by 3. They find themselves on a 5-game losing streak. 5 on the bounce. The Stars, and the one before that was an overtime loss. Here's a great overlapping run. It's off the post. Kansas City that close to getting yet another.
60 seconds remaining.
Fell asleep at the wheel.
60 seconds.
Nobody could find any run to be picked up in a white shirt. Comets on top of possession, under a minute to play. This is Tetsane. Kansas City now stretching out the field, playing patiently. I think that they will be satisfied going into the break up 3. But here's an odd man rush for the Tacoma Stars. It's Tayu. Tayu on the left foot shot. It's just wide. Chase Hansen, it falls to him. 15 seconds on the clock. Tries to go for a pass to Tayu. Ramos runs in on it. 10 seconds on the clock. Ramos with a tactical foul. Christian Andreos falls to the turf. He's back up to his feet. It was a good battle from Ramos. Pulls him down, just making sure that the odd man rush doesn't break out. 4 seconds for the Kansas City Comets to try and get something. Tetsane had to try and figure out how to go around the wall known as Frank Tayu. That ball skies into the netting with under a second remaining here. This ball will be released from Beretta, and it will take us into halftime. Stand by. Cole Weaver will head down to the field, talk to Adam Becker
And at the end of the first
about everything he saw in the first half, talk about that first quarter. If you're just now joining us, you missed one heck of a first quarter that ended 3-3. And then the opening 90 seconds of the second quarter saw 3 goals from the Kansas City Comets. Tetsane's on a hat trick plus an assist. Some incredible play out of one of the league's best teams, the Kansas City Comets, here on the road against these very own Tacoma Stars. Looks like Cole has found our very own head coach, Adam Becker. And we'll see what the gaffer has to say about the first half performance from the team. Cole Weaver down pitch side with Coach Becker. And let's toss it down to him.
halftime interview with head coach Adam Becker.
Becker, from a neutral's point of view, really fun watch. From a coach's point of view, I asked you before we got started how your heart rate was, and you said just another day. What did you like about that first half? What did you not like so much?
I liked how we started. We started with like 4 or 5 minutes of possession, kept them pinned in their half, got a goal. You know, that was all good. But the next piece of where we're trading goals, not tracking runners and giving them easy goals is just, it's not good enough, plain and simple.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, one of the things that we saw, to your point, is the Stars started so strong in possession and really bossing the play, and really the Comets didn't get a foot on the ball or a pass until a couple minutes into the game. How do you get back to that kind of style of play, and what's the message at halftime here?
Just got to go reiterate the game plan, get them refocused, get them back to helping each other, and hopefully the second half will come out and make it happen.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you. Back up to the booth.
Thank you.
Kansas City leads the Tacoma Stars 6-3. We have reached the intermission here at the Accesso ShoWare Center. We'll step aside and take a break. Second half action is just around the corner right here on MASL TV.
I gotta win, watch me keep
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Shoot! He
How goes it, folks? This is MASL in 5, back for another week. Hope everyone is doing great. Things are heating up across the league, and there are some big matchups happening this weekend. I've only got 5 minutes to fill you in, so let's get to it.
But was just struggling for that consistent playing time, and he might have that here. Here's Kelvin. Oliveira fires and scores. How good is it to see Kelvin back and scoring for Utica? A stunner to start things off.
He's back. Well, only for one game, unfortunately, but Kelvin Oliveira, the Brazilian maestro who last season was one of the most dominant players the MASL had seen in recent history. He was back with Utica on Sunday for one day only due to his commitments in the Kings League, but wow, what a performance. We had a chance to talk to his Utica teammate, Joey Tavernese, on MASL Monday. He shared his thoughts on the return of the Mac.
Listen, the guy is just an absolute talent. Kelvin is just something else. And I think he showed that in the game yesterday. And I think there was a good buzz in the arena, which maybe wasn't there, the first couple of games I was back for.
Kelvin put up 4 goals for UCFC and was named the game's first star. The problem was Milwaukee refused to lay down in this contest. They were behind 5-1 entering the fourth quarter of play. Ian Bennett, the legend, helping getting his team back on track right there, spurring a comeback. They reeled off 5 straight goals with a 6th attacker to win this one in overtime, 6-5, the final score. Okay, great weekend for Baltimore. Had St. Louis falling back to earth a bit. The squads facing off twice. On the 27th, Baltimore came back to top the ambush 5-4. And then on Sunday, almost a carbon copy of the first game, the Blast, again, rallying back to win by the exact same score, 5-4. Baltimore's back, baby. They have now won 5 straight contests. It was a quiet weekend, only 4 games total. San Diego hosting Tacoma on the 27th, and the Stars were eyeing an upset in this one as they raced out to the 2-0 early lead, but the Sockers squashed those hopes by flexing their offensive muscle. Nick Pereira, the pretty little header right there, he had a huge day for the home side as they ran away with this one in the end, taking it 11-5, and they are back in a tie for first place in the standings with St. Louis at 33 points apiece heading into this weekend's action. Your scoring leaders, Alex Sanchez continues to be on top with 40 points, followed closely by Rian Marquez, and then Super Mario Alvarez of Milwaukee with 35. Zach Reggett with 33, and Junior Pinal rounding out your top 5 with 32 points. And your Capelli Players of the Week, Jorge Navarrete in goal from Baltimore. Of course, Kelvin offensively from UCFC, and defensively another Blast player, Omar Silla. Let's take a look at Kelvin first. Yeah, we can't say enough about what he did in his only game back this season with 4 goals in the game against Milwaukee. He was named the game's first star. Omar Silla getting it done defensively and offensively in 2 games against St. Louis. That tally right there, part of a 3-point weekend to go with a blocked shot as well. And in goal, Jorge Navarrete making big stops, 18 saves with an .857 save percentage in Baltimore's win on Sunday. Plays of the week now.
To both the fans and the people in the booth, change Joey's Chiron.
Oh, wow. Off the bottom of the bar and in. What a strike.
Fired in and scored. It's tied. Max Ludwig.
Triple step over. Off the wall. Herrera's head is there to put it home and tie the match.
I mean, he's pretty much been doing nothing since the Ocean's 11 movies.
Doing something there.
On to overtime, and that's the loss to the Milwaukee Wave. Every other game has been won in regulation.
pardon me, a kicking chance. He also had a chance that couldn't put on. Now he's got a chance, and there it is. Give him an inch, he'll take a goal.
Looking for that consistent playing time, and he might have that here. Here's Kelvin. Oliveira fires and scores. How good is it to see Kelvin back?
Match for the Blast here is going to be a very similar lineup. Pereira! What a strike! Upper 90!
For the Milwaukee Wave. Off the boards, out in front. Wilkin, first save, second save, scored! It's ball game! Milwaukee wins 6-5. It is the extra attacker, Ricardo Carvalho, with the game winner.
And that is going to wrap things up for this week. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the MASL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Out here in the Pacific Northwest, every jersey is made with care right here at home. Crafted for the Tacoma Stars and teams across the nation. Built to perform on the big stage. I'm proud to wear Prototype Sports, the official uniform supplier of the Tacoma Stars.
Go Stars!
Welcome to Zenith Sports and Techie. I'm Paul Hansen.
And I'm Philip Lund. So what's special about the Techie ball is a size 3, but a weight of a size 5, which would make it challenging and fun to use. Like Paul said, doing practices on your own time.
What I know about this ball is whether you're starting out at age 5, or you're an old fart like me, or a younger fart like Philip. This ball is something that's going to take your ability when you practice with it and then go use a regulation ball. It's going to increase your comfort, increase your technical ability, increase your speed. Welcome to Techie.
When the time comes, we must be ready.
When every second counts.
Be ready.
Act fast.
Do not give up.
Push hard. Keep pushing when it's all on the line.
Be there for each other.
Give it everything you've got.
Do more for your team.
Be ready. Stay ready. Call 911.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Call 911.
Fans, get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. It's the Tacoma Stars playing host to the Kansas City Comets here at the Accesso ShoWare Center. A little halftime action going on for you. I believe that's too many men on the field, but our officiating crew is not out here to issue a blue card, or about a dozen blue cards as it seems. Peyton Barron's Cole Weaver, the Tacoma Stars, got a lot of work to do, right? The Tacoma Stars are the ones looking to try and mount a playoff race here. They're trying to find themselves into the playoff picture, trailing. They did a great job of it, Cole, in the first quarter. Second quarter, not so much.
Yeah, and what we know about this game, the margins can swing so quickly. We saw the Comets score 3 goals unanswered in, what, a 3-minute succession?
90 seconds to start the second quarter.
Even better, right? So, you know, this is still a close game, and especially how this has panned out so far in the first half, the Stars had really, really great moments. I would argue the Stars overall, maybe a hot take, looked like a better team. They possessed the ball really well. They were moving it quite efficiently. They definitely retained the majority of the play, but when it really counted, the Comet were just ruthless, particularly Lucia Titane. Hat trick, assist, you couldn't have asked for a better half from him. They need to shut him down, and they need to get some of their goal scorers fired up.
I think you undersold the term hot take there, because I think 99% of our audience, the Kansas City fans, would disagree with you in that sense. Looking at their team is up 6-3 on the road. And like you said, Tetsane, a first quarter hat trick. He had them the first goal that Kansas City scored with 3 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in that first quarter. His second goal was with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So that's 1 minute and 4 seconds between goals. And then his third goal was with 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It was a under 3 minute hat trick for Lucia Tetsane. And then he went out and threw an assist in the opening 45 seconds of the second quarter. That's an efficient 5 minutes of gameplay from that man right there.
Yeah, I would say so. And to back up my claim of a hot take, that's my point. Everything that happened for the Comets happened in such quick time frames. The Stars, throughout the course of the period, they ended really strong in the sense that they had good possession, they were moving the ball around well, they were creating good opportunities, but they were unable to really capitalize on them. Anytime the Comets were in front of goal, they capitalized, and that's been the difference maker throughout this game. I think if the Stars have actually, if they did a better job of putting the ball away, this would be much closer than it looks on paper.
And yeah, I mean, that we talked about it time and time again, but the opening 4 or 5 minutes that the Tacoma Stars had, where they just kept possession the entire time, they knocked it around, they controlled the game, and they found the opening goal. That was incredible, and some of the best soccer that we've seen the Tacoma Stars play so far this season. And then they just fell short as the game got out of hand, out of control. The Caceres blue card, yellow card definitely played a factor. He goes into the box with under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter, and he didn't come out until those goals in the second quarter, till after the goals of the second quarter. He had to serve all the way through the 13th minute, get through that, finally get out of the box after probably about 8.5 minutes of sitting through gameplay, spanned over 2 quarters, and in that time, every goal was scored for the Kansas City Comets.
Yeah, it's a wild stat line. If you told me that's how this game is going to pan out, I'd say, yeah, sure. But you know, after watching it, we're in store for a really special half, I would hope, from a spectator's point of view. From Adam Becker's point of view, the first question I asked him at halftime when I walked up is, how's the heartbeat? You doing okay? And, you know, he gave me a coy answer of just another day. But, you know, ultimately, the Stars need to settle down a bit, get back to what they did really well at the beginning of the first period, and start the second quarter strong, or excuse me, the second half strong.
New for 2026, staff writer Joseph Rana and veteran coach Mark Litton explain the game with perspectives from both sides of the glass in the MASL's newest show, Soccer Signal. With in-depth data analysis, comprehensive breakdowns, and exclusive interviews from coaches around the league, don't miss Soccer Signal every other Thursday on MASL TV. Peyton Barron's Cole Weaver second half action is just about to get underway. We are moments away from kickoff. Fans of the Tacoma Stars are wearing salute to service jerseys, black with the camo design. Goalkeepers are in a more traditional camo. You can bid on these using the Live Source app. Download the Live Source app. We'll show a QR code later on the screen for you to scan, be able to take you straight to the bidding. You can bid on your favorite player or players' jerseys, and you can take home your very own game-worn Tacoma Stars salute to service jersey. Stars back on the field. It's Frank Tayu's first game here at the Accesso ShoWare Center. We do have a goalkeeping change. Luis Beretta is not on the field to start the second half, and we have Clayson DeLima, the new signing for the Tacoma Star, the former goalkeeper of the year. The Stars went out. They got a couple of reinforcements to the team, and you're seeing one of them now between the sticks.
Yeah, Beretta had a tough first half. I mean, some of the situations he was put in were just so difficult and so awkward, and not anything you would really train for. But when you have, you know, someone like DeLima behind you, you have to be performing at the highest level. We'll see how he performs here.
Tayu, the target, the header, stays out of the area, so Ajimadu couldn't get it. That ball pings off the referee, and it's going to be a Comet ball. I also think the nod here for Clayson DeLima is a little bit more attacking. The Brazilian is really good on the ball. He can go and play sixth attacker. We can see what he looks like in that sort of system. He is a former Empire striker, so he is all too familiar with crossing the midway stripe, going forward, and taking over the game offensively.
Yeah, definitely add a new element. We don't see Violeta move forward too often. He's kind of a classic shot stopper and a distributor of the ball. So any sort of sixth attacker presence could be beneficial for the Stars.
Reggett wins a battle against Hansen. He misses on the far post. He was going away from goal. It was a tough angle. De Lima makes his 55th game played in MASL with his appearance tonight.
Attention please, in goal for the Tacoma Stars, number 98, Clayson De Lima.
Stars with a little bit of high press. Ejimadu can't touch. He used his goalkeeper touch already. He's waving his hand, signaling this. Here's Nestor Hernandez, a great turnover. His shot, it's stopped. It's blocked by Palmer. Cleared out, but just to Mendoza, and the Stars reset on possession.
Yeah, not necessarily you want that ball to fall to. Hernandez couldn't quite get it out of his feet. Took one too many touches, and by that time, the space collapsed in front of him.
And now Hernandez is playing the target striker, as that's kind of where he was as the Stars got on possession. They went for a couple of changes. He wasn't in a great position to go for a change. And now this ball gets swung through Ramos, John, and now Nestor Hernandez is going to go for a change. Canale is going to slide onto the field. Romero over for Correa. Inside inside Ramos. Romero goes inside, Canale.
It's really good work to break the press there. I was just about to say this is the exact type of Stars start that they wanted. High possession, keeping them pinned deep into their own half.
John finding himself in familiar territory to his rookie year, back in a defensive role. Correa trying to go forward. Tyler John, naturally a defender. So much of him had got pushed into the attack when the Stars lacked a forward option. But now with guys like Canale, here's Cox dribbling through. Now with guys like Tayu and Canale, Tyler John can revert back to his natural defender position.
Yeah, we talk about these new faces adding a new dynamic, and there's an extremely new dynamic, at least in recent times. And with the game of indoor, just because you're a defender doesn't mean you're not a goal-scoring threat.
Briscoe chases this down to the corner. Francis defending. De Lima comes all the way to the midway stripe. Wants to help out. Now he's going to back off. Briscoe scans, assesses, and finds Romero.
Yeah, we can see De Lima creeping forward, wanting to get involved, but he keeps being called off of it.
Rafael Cox left football off the window. Put it into a good area. Hansen, no whistle there. One referee showing a signal for a dive as he's being addressed by Kansas City Comets players. If that was a foul, it would have clearly been a blue card because Chase Hansen was the last man back. But there was no doubt from our officiating crew tonight that there was minimal to no contact. Tayu the target. Has Ramos. Ramos back for Hansen on the yellow line. Rafael Cox inside. Ramos leaves it. Briscoe sets it up, and Ejimadu with a great save.
Yeah, fired with such pace from Briscoe. It was relatively comfortable in the end from Ejimadu. I'm not saying that it wasn't a great save, but it was in the vicinity of something that he should make. But, you know, to his credit, that comes at him so fast. On the replay, it's a better save than I thought it was initially.
Caceres gets through a double team. Stars will have numbers if he can get forward, but he brings back for Ramos. Here's Rafael Cox. Yet again, he's been dangerous tonight. Tayu inside, Tayu with a strike, and it's a postage stamp. The king of MASL. He's got himself a goal. here at the ShoWare Center, and what a beauty it was!
Frank the King Tayu gets his goal at home for the Stars, rights his wrongs from the missed penalty opportunity earlier, and he would have been thinking about that one through halftime. It's vintage post-up play, one touch inside, decision made, rifles into the top corner, and all of a sudden we're starting to feel that momentum shift once more. 4-6, the Stars still trail.
Kansas City trying to move forward. They've done so well tonight, picking up on the Stars. There's a foul, there's a whistle called. Tyler John is on the ground. He's hurt, he's in pain, and this is not good. Tyler John has already suffered 2 injuries so far this season. He's back up to his feet. Thankfully, Tyler John not clutching the ankle. He's been dealing with those lower leg injuries so far this season, re-aggravating one. He's over onto the bench area. He's grabbing towards his mouth area. And the Stars reset. Clayson DeLima, he's got a lot of real estate forward. DeLima, past the yellow line, his shot falls all the way to Romero.
Well, we thought we might see an attacking goalkeeper presence. There it is.
Ball played over for Canale. He didn't come to it. He stayed pretty stagnant. Ball played up the wall. Vandergrift trying to get around Romero. Correa going forward. Bodies flying everywhere. This is Correa now. He's taken off his feet. The whistle's blown. Stars will be on the free kick.
Adrian Carrera again, just driving with pace at a back line. So quick on his feet and able to change direction on the dot. Wins a valuable free kick. Decision needs to be made here if you go directly for goal or you try and move the defenders around.
So you have Hansen and Cox over it. If Cox is on the run up, I think it's a shot. If it's Hansen, I think he's laying off for Canale. Hansen walks up, Canale to his right. He goes for Cox. Cox with a strike, and he corners it. What a shot. The Stars capitalize early in this third quarter. They trail by 1. The Tacoma Stars are back in this thing.
They opted to move the defenders around, and it paid off perfectly. Deciding not to go in the direct shot for goal.
Here's another look at this. Chase Hansen on the walk-up. He had an option to his right, he had an option to his left. He goes to Cox, and he makes the most of the opportunity.
Yeah, just such a beautiful angle to wrap his foot around it. Chase Hansen puts enough pace on it where the defender can't shift across and get a block in. A credit to the Juice Cox, as he does very well to keep that on frame, and on frame with pace. The Stars close the deficit 5-6.
This is an incredible night here for the Tacoma Stars, for the league across the board. This is something special. Right now, though, I do have a small concern. You can see that Luis Beretta is trying to calm down, and I guess you can't see, slightly off screen. But just in the bench area, Luis Beretta is trying to calm down Adrian Correa. Correa was also trying to be calmed down by Tyler John. There's frustration across the board, and it looks like Alex Caceres is doing some yelling towards Adrian Correa. Looks like a shake of hands in that mix, but there might be some bad blood going on right now inside the squad itself. If we go back to that last play, it's Adrian Correa who won the free kick that set up that Tacoma Stars goal. So a little bit of turmoil here within the Tacoma Stars.
Yeah, and honestly, when you're watching it, it definitely looks like something of note. Having been in these kind of scenarios myself, tensions rise and tempers are flaring, and ultimately the personalities are really going to show, and there's a lot of personalities on this team. Everybody has the same objective, and this is where the captains and the leaders on the team are so vital to make sure that all that energy is being put into the right place, which ultimately is to get all 3 points and complete this comeback.
Here's trouble. Shot, back post, it's just wide ever so much. Cox runs through, he clears it. Long ball back into the mix. Hits off the lip of the wall, and it's touched down well enough from Andreos. Turnover. Cox plays for Nestor Hernandez. He's in trouble. Little sliding effort to get that ball over to Mike Ramos. Briscoe. He's going to carry this ball forward. He gets around another. He wears a body strong. It's an immediate blue card. Andreos is going to the penalty box, and the Stars are going to go up a man. They've already been successful once on the power play tonight.
Momentum remains with the home side. Man up. So we see another hot mic, second time this evening.
2 minutes tripping on Kansas City, 5v4 power play.
And I might side with the Kansas City fans here. It's a heavy challenge, but it's far away from the goal. I don't love that that's considered a blue card. Yes, it's a hard foul. Yes, it's a heavy foul. I don't think that it was in danger of injuring Kai Briscoe. It's a hard challenge, but it doesn't take away a goal-scoring opportunity. I think that should probably be a common foul.
Yeah, and we talked about the standard being set earlier. You see a shot on goal here from Cox. It was simple. We saw the standard being set earlier when it was Canale who put a head into the opposition and just walked away with a normal foul.
Still unbelievable to me.
Still unbelievable, I agree. But we always ask for referees for consistency, and it's a difficult job. Give them
Mendoza. Over for Caceres. His shot blocked well by Pino. And there's a whistle. It's going to be a foul called on the Stars. Guerrero Pino does a great job with the block. Mendoza is going to go for a change. Adrian Correa is back on the field. 90 seconds remaining in this power play for the Tacoma Stars. Ejimadu is going to go long. Marquez is battling with Correa. Cox's header. De Lima, whistle blown. Marquez frustrated. He's called on the pull down over the top of both players in Jamel Cox and Adrian Correa.
Just a little bit too aggressive in his efforts there. He had all right to go for the ball, but I just think the body position of Cox and the goalkeeper won them that free kick.
If the Stars can level this on this power play, you said it earlier, we are in consideration for Game of the Year range, but we still got an entire third quarter and fourth quarter to play here.
60 seconds remaining.
Here's Cox. Caceres couldn't curl it with the left foot. I do think he's due for a goal. That blue card, yellow card, he's a bounce back type of player. Mendoza with a great move. Mendoza inside. Tayu! He ties it up. It's 6-6 at the ShoWare Center. The Stars come back down 3 at halftime. And it's level with 7:32 to play in the third quarter. The Stars and Frank Tayu capitalize on the power play.
Wow. Just incredible stuff from the King to bury it and level this game. I made the call earlier, but I think we're there.
Incredible stuff. The Tacoma Stars 6-6 against the Kansas City Comets. We've made it to the third quarter media timeout, so we'll step aside. We will take a break. It's Tacoma 6, it's Kansas City 6 on MASL TV.
Out here in the Pacific Northwest, every jersey is made with care right here at home. Crafted for the Tacoma Stars and teams across the nation. Built to perform on the big stage. I'm proud to wear Prototype Sports, the official uniform supplier of the Tacoma Stars.
Go Stars!
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. You might want to go back to MASLsoccer.com and find the highlights of tonight's game when things are all said and done. It has been an incredible one. A game we saw tied 3-3 at the end of the first quarter. Kansas City then got off to a 6-3 lead just 90 seconds into the second quarter, and now with 7 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in this third quarter, we're back level again at 6. Peyton Barron's Cole Weaver with an incredible one in Tacoma. Kansas City gets things underway. Tayu's got himself a pair of goals so far tonight. Ball into the corner. Hansen does battle with Reggett. Barry couldn't get a good touch on it. This is out for Flores. Pino up the wall. Zach Reggett. 21 goals on the season for Zach Reggett. Overlapping run. Rafael Cox intercepts. Couldn't find Mike Ramos forward. Ramos called on the foul. He might get a delay of game warning there for not allowing the player to get up and restart. It's Lennis.
Foul was called on Stars, number 25, Mike Ramos. For Ramos, third foul of the night.
Marquez and Tyler John is defending. And I think that's a better matchup. Tyler John called for a foul there in the corner with a two-hand shove on Marquez. But that's a better matchup than what we saw earlier with Marquez and Adrian Correa. Tyler John much more fit for this battle. Marquez is a large man.
Yeah, Adrian Correa has all the attitude in the world to step up to that challenge. But when you're coming up against a physicality presence like Marquez, as we're seeing here, Tyler John is needed to really step up to the plate for that battle.
Marquez loses his footing. This ball bounces towards the post. Somehow stays out. Marquez wanted a foul. DeLima got enough of a hand on it, and it pushed it away. Hernandez goes to clear, and the Stars have a chance to breathe again.
That's really mature work from Nestor Hernandez. Just clears that ball away when he's needed most, and then a very casual clearance out of pressure. As we see this battle continue between Tyler John.
Stars, number 11, Jamel Cox.
Real Marquez back up on his feet. Here's another look at that foul between Tyler John, and I guess it's on Jamel Cox. Gets the last touch on him.
Yeah. Yeah, but we haven't seen too much this evening from Riyad Marquez. We talked about him a lot in pregame. Leading goal scorer on the season with 23. Here he is.
Here's a header, and it's set up perfectly on the back post. I don't know how Kansas City doesn't score there.
Dominic
a picture-perfect free kick setup.
Just an absolute sitter, and he knows how big of a missed chance that was. Stars get away with one there.
Stars breaking out of the press well. Cox gets in behind Tetsane. Tried to go for an outside the foot to Canale. Briscoe over the top of it. Has to shed off Chad Vandergriff. Here's Rafael Cox. Mike Ramos onto the field. Chase Hansen. Kai Briscoe puts it on his right. Briscoe with a strike. It beats Ejimadu near post. The Stars, they take the lead. Kai Briscoe, are you flipping kidding me?
The 6th goal scorer of the night for the Stars. And they retain the lead 7-6. 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. What a massive goal. 4 unanswered for the home side, and somehow Kai Briscoe just squeaks this in the near post. You see it bounce off the back of Ejimadu. And a signature backflip for the ever-emphatic UW alum.
It's the Stars' first lead since 2-1. Tyler John, short-handed with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, gave the Stars a 2-1 lead, and now it's 7-6, and the Stars are on top. We still got an entire fourth quarter to play.
And I think as of about right now, this lead has lasted longer than their previous lead did when Lucia Tetsane scored that absolute screamer to tie things back up.
You are 100% correct. That goal 10 seconds after Tyler John took the lead for the Stars. Caceres with Romero. Romero has Green ahead of him. Sets it up for Caceres. He goes for Tayu. Oh, it was nothing but turf ahead of the Tacoma Stars. Tayu goes down, grabbing his face. Stars will have a free kick. They've been good on the resets tonight. Tayu wants more than just the common foul. Chaos, as always, at the ShoWare Center. And between these two teams, the Stars and the Comets, tonight's matchup is out of this world.
Yeah, the Comets are a little bit out of sorts here lately, obviously, with 4 goals unanswered. We're seeing what's going on here. Tayu with a cheeky little nutmeg, gets a hand in the face from Palmer.
Caceres on the walk up. He thinks about calling time. He goes to Cox, who scores! He fakes the timeout. He looks back towards the bench, lays off for Jamel Cox, and the Stars make it 8-6.
Peyton, I'm running out of words. I don't know what else to say at this point. The Stars continue this onslaught of goal after goal after goal. We've still got so much soccer left to play. But what a momentum shift. Whatever Adam Becker said at halftime, it has absolutely worked. 8-6, the Stars lead.
5 unanswered for the Tacoma Stars. Kansas City hasn't scored since the opening 90 seconds of the second quarter. You mentioned it earlier. You thought that Tacoma had been the better team and that Kansas City just got hot at the right time in a couple of the right runs. Here's Raphael Cox in the attack. I called you crazy for that take. And here you are, Cole, showing out how right you may be.
I held my ground.
Tacoma transitioning back on defense. Lennis swings this ball back because the Stars have significantly been the better team in this third quarter. I don't know if they were the better team in the first quarter, maybe a little 50-50. The Comets were pretty darn good in the second quarter for those 90 seconds. Correa buries around him. Clayson DeLimo with a great save. Raphael Cox is on the run. This ball cuts in. Jamel Cox comes in for a touch. Hansen with one behind him. The Stars need a couple of extra bodies. Here's Briscoe. Briscoe wants to go forward at Tetsane. Briscoe shimmy shake. Tetsane stands tall.
0-8. Once again, if you're a kid and would like to join us on the field for the Tacoma Stars mini ball toss, please head to the...
Tyler John reads that well. His first touch, though, knocks down for Tetsane.
Thank you.
John runs through it with his head. Canale. 2.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Boy, the fans here at the ShoWare Center, they paid for the full seat, but do they only need the edge of it or what?
Yeah, no kidding.
This is one heck of a Friday night.
Yeah, this is what you want to see when you come to watch an indoor match. Free-flowing, creative, energetic, chaotic.
Stars have numbers forward. A little bit of high press for Kansas City. It was broken by DeLima, but Canale couldn't turn on the ball just quick enough. Here's John, a little bit of distance. I thought he was going to eyeball the goal. Ejimadu hasn't had the best game. Canale, that ball goes underneath him towards Ejimadu. Long ball out for Marquez. It was a good touchdown. Romero just ran through it as Rion Marquez settled it for him, seemingly. Romero. Flores with a sliding challenge. Great splitting ball. It beats DeLima. Kansas City back on the board. Talk about threading the needle.
And Raus with a great finish. We saw him just with a lung-bursting run on the on the near side of your screen. He gets picked out beautifully, and it's a one-touch finish. Beats De Lima.
Look at that assist. I mean, just splits the defense beautifully. It's Marquez on the assist.
Second goal of the night.
Yeah, and it's an important one for the visitors. They needed that just to settle some of the nerves and steady the ship from the onslaught. That's been the third quarter for them so far. And who knows, we may see this pendulum swing back and forth a couple more times.
Stars commit a foul.
For Hansen, that's his first foul.
Stars got themselves heck of a weekend ahead of them. Got to catch a flight tomorrow morning, head out to Milwaukee. Go and play the Wave on Sunday. Marquez slows down the pace here for the Comets. It doesn't get easier for the Stars after this. Inward ball, Francis overlapping Barry. Following their Sunday game at Milwaukee, they'll play a midweek game against the Empire Strikers. Marquez into the corner. De Lima comes out, scoops it up solidly. They'll play a midweek game against the Empire Strikers, then have to go across to the Baltimore Blast, cross country on the road. And then the next day, they'll take an overnight bus to get themselves to Utica for an early game in the afternoon.
Yeah, this travel demands in this league. We've talked about them so many times. There's a challenge flag on the field. Looks like it was thrown from the Stars bench.
Whistle's going to get blown. Go back and look at this. Becker tossed that really confidently onto the field. We'll see what Adam Becker once looked at again. 7.2 seconds are all that remain here in this third quarter. Maybe it's going to be a too many men on the field. We'll find out here.
Tacoma's challenging for too many men on the field.
These challenges are sometimes tough because you have to ensure that the camera angles are showing at some point 6 players on the field all at one singular time, and this could be huge for the Tacoma Stars.
Yeah, the ability to go into the fourth quarter man up after just conceding to get back some of that momentum. I'm not saying they lost their momentum in any case, but we'll try and see if we can get the head count here. I saw 2. There's 4. I did see the substitution happen there out of the corner of my eye.
It seemed close to the bench.
It did. At the moment, I see 5. There's 4 there and 1 more to the left. So there's the substitute coming off. The bench.
I don't know if we have a definitive angle that's going to show too many men, and this is going to be a bad challenge for the Tacoma Stars if they can't get it. There's the man on the bench. He does come on before Marquez reaches the bench area.
And then immediately engages with the ball. I think there's a case to this because you can see where the 2 doors are. And you could also see where Rion Marquez was here as he's making his way off the pitch. So track his movement and watch as that door is opened. It's already open here, and on steps the man. There's no way that Rion Marquez was off the field in time. I think it's a good challenge.
In theory, there is a general, if you're in the bench area, entering the door while the player's coming on. I mean, you know, you can have a couple of players meeting at the door simultaneously. This doesn't seem like that case, but since they are reviewing extra longer, I do think that they want to be certain that this is the right call and that he is not. Is that angle going to show?
You could see it needs to like almost pause. This angle might do a decent job. I think it was the camera angle just prior though. I don't think you're going to be able to see it.
No sign of where Marquez is as. Is that Reggett? That is Zach Reggett entering the field. I don't know if there's enough here. I don't think that there's enough for the Tacoma Stars to win this challenge. Tacoma might be without a video review, without a coach's challenge for the remainder of the game. But who knows what we're going to see tonight. I mean,
second controversial call of the evening.
After video review, the decision on the field stands. There is no too many men. The restart is Kansas City ball in the corner.
And that's tough for the Tacoma Stars. They were so confident when they throw that flag out there, but that's one of those calls where you have to rely on the correct camera angles to be able to show the timing of the player leaving the field and the player coming onto the field. So unfortunate for the Tacoma Stars here. I personally think that's the right call.
I think it is based on the evidence that was there. You know, the logic that I was trying to deduce is that there was too many men and that the substitution didn't happen in quick enough time frame, and the substitute that came on directly engaged with the ball.
7.2 seconds. Do the Comets have enough in the tank here to score before the horn? It's wide. Caceres wants to clear this away. The strike. Correa with a block. There's the horn. The Stars are able to fend off one last-second attack. Clayson DeLima steps onto the field and plays an extremely well third quarter for the Tacoma Stars. That leads us into our break. We will step aside. It's Tacoma Stars 8. It's the Kansas City Comets 7. Don't go anywhere. An amazing fourth quarter is on the way at the ShoWare Center on MASL TV.
Welcome to Zenith Sports and Techie. I'm Paul Hansen.
And I'm Philip Lund. So what's special about the Techie ball is a size 3, but a weight of a size 5, which would make it challenging and fun to use. Like Paul said, doing practices on your own time.
What I know about this ball is whether you're starting out at age 5, or you're an old fart like me, or a younger fart like Philip. This ball is something that's going to take your ability when you practice with it and then go use a regulation ball. It's going to increase your comfort, increase your technical ability, increase your speed. Welcome to Techie.
It's our annual Salute to Service game, and the Stars are wearing specialty Pro Time Sports jerseys, and you can win your favorite player or player's game-worn jersey by simply scanning the QR code on your screen and placing your bid in our live source auction. Win one or win them all, it's up to you. Good luck. Look at that Frank Taillou jersey and the Luis Biretta jersey. These are some good-looking kits that the Tacoma Stars got on tonight for Salute to Service.
I do like them. Yeah, the camo kits. Nice Desert Storm action for the goalkeepers. Nighttime action for the players. Gold and black embroidered. I feel like the Stars don't really miss when it comes to those jerseys, to be honest.
Great jerseys, whether it's the Argyle, whether it's the special edition jerseys. It's always good jerseys here with the Tacoma Stars. And the Tacoma Stars, they have stops in Milwaukee, Empire, Baltimore, and Utica before they return home on Saturday, March the 21st to host the St. Louis Ambush at 6:05 for our regular season home finale. It's our Legends of Soccer night as we welcome back some of your favorite MISL and MASL Tacoma Stars players, as well as other big names from the Northwest. Tickets are available here at the box office at the Accesso ShoWare Center, or by logging on to tacomastars.showware.com to get your tickets. The Tacoma Stars playing host to the St. Louis Ambush, and we've already seen these two in one heck of a game earlier this season. Hopefully we do it again on the 21st.
March 21st, game time, 6:05.
Vance Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear.
Final shot. Make it the final two.
We have seen an incredible night of indoor soccer tonight. Stars leading the Kansas City Comets 8-7. It was a nearly perfect third quarter for the Tacoma Stars until about minute 23 remaining in that quarter. Andreas was able to net a goal. It was threaded perfectly through from Rion Marquez. And that was the first goal for the Kansas City Comets since early on in the second quarter. It was a 5-goal run for the Tacoma Stars to bring things from a 6-3 Comets lead to an 8-6 Tacoma Stars lead. It was unbelievable.
We talked about the pendulum swinging. And my word, it swung the way of the Stars in the third quarter. Who knows what the fourth quarter has in store for us? I have given up on predictions. I'm just here to watch and to commentate. And ultimately, what I can expect to predict is more fireworks.
Vandergrift settles. He's going to dial this ball up long, looking for Reggett. Flores behind him. Vandergrift forward. Overlapping run now from him. This is Palmer. Heel flick up the wall. Mendoza intercepts. Trying to find Cox. This is dangerous. Marquez. Ball clipped forward. Ejimadu is the only man back. Marquez slows things down for the Comets. Pino. Good spell of possession here. Marquez with a strike. It's wide. Comets staying on top of the ball. Kansas City not back in action until next Saturday when they play host to the San Diego Sockers. So they got a lot of rest after this game. Lone game on the weekend. Stars, they're going to be double booked seemingly for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, this finishing stretch is grueling.
Marquez gets in behind Hansen. He sets up a ball beautifully into the most dangerous area on the field, and no one was home. Here's Cox in a foot race, but Tesane beats him. Has the angle, has the positioning. Ramos off the bench. They want a 6-man on the field call as Ramos timed his sub to perfection. Reggett, he hammers that ball off the boards. Strike from distance. It's deflected by Ramos. Bicycle kick, and it's off the crossbar. Oh, what a beauty it nearly was.
What a strike, what a save that was, because that was goal bound. Had a beautiful arc over the head of De Lima. But just sticks out a long stretching arm. Gets enough of a hand on it to parry it wide. Jeez, maybe that's the only thing we're missing from this game.
Here's a strike from distance. Whistle blown. It looked like advantage was played, perhaps. I believe that this is going to be in favor of Kansas City.
And Zach Reggett down on the far side of the boards.
That was a ridiculous bicycle kick. And just about a week ago, Sandro Canale was able to go airborne on a bicycle kick of his own. Yep, and there's the clip, there's the foul. Comets line up on this free kick, quickly taken. Oh, another amazing shot from Reggett, a full volley from Dominic Francis. The Comets are somehow kept out of the back of the net. This is unbelievable.
Zach Reggett can't believe it. He hit that ball again so sweetly. After De Lima made that save, you see him just throw his hands up and ask, what more can I do? Massive saves by the substitute goalkeeper that came in at halftime.
Marquez battles, pushes off Tyler John. This is dropped back. A header across the way. It's going to be a Stars restart. DeLima nearly turns it over Marquez. If he would have redirected that in the right direction, it would have been the easiest goal of his career.
Just playing with the margins at the moment, and the margins are as thin as they come.
This ball bounces once. Pino slows down before he can run into Caceres. Here's Canale pushing forward. Long diagonal ball, Canale the target. This ball goes up and over the top into the netting. Last touch off Kansas City. This will restart on the top of the arc.
Yeah, Pino wanted a foul there as Canale kind of barged into him. Wasn't enough contact there. I think it was just a awkward contact. Good opportunity here for the Stars, though.
Caceres on the run up, looks at Cox. Cox with another strike! It's deja vu! He had one like that in the third quarter. He does it again here in the fourth.
Jamel Cox completes his hat trick to match the Sia Tetsani on the other side. And what a time in the game to do it and to step up for your team. And it's this combination once more off of a set piece. He wraps his foot around it. Ejimadu, it's coming through bodies and it beats him between the legs. It comes so fast. Hard to react to those, but looking at the replay, he definitely should have done better. The Stars expand their lead 9-7.
Assistant number 7, for Jamel Cox.
Caceres has his second assist of the night. And I think that's as good as a goal. Both of them, Jamel Cox doing a lot of the work on. Header goes forward, Marquez settles. Here's a strike from Tetsane. He's been quiet since the first quarter, but he's looking to get back on the stat sheet. Diagonal ball, Marquez. Marquez turning on Hansen. Takes him all the way to the corner. Into the center, it's deflected, sky high off the glass. DeLima makes the catch, juggles it, and barely holds on. Ball up the wall, Rafael Cox. Back for Correa. Ramos. Couldn't get through the double team. Maintains possession. Ramos with a strike. Deflects all the way back to him. Briscoe, a heavy challenge. Briscoe claiming he won the ball. Leaves a man on the turf. It was a heavy challenge. I thought he got a lot of the ball, but we've seen this today where those heavy challenges do result in fouls. We saw one blue card earlier on a heavy challenge. I didn't think was the case. Ball played up the boards looking for Reggett. DeLima off his line. Looking for help. Has Jamel Cox. Tayu is on the backside for Cox. This is Jamel. He cuts in. Keeps carrying. And it's finally calmed down by Lennis. Tyler John gets enough of a deflection. Briscoe taken off of his feet from behind. Palmer with the foul.
Things are starting to pick up the pace again. We're seeing some off-the-ball contact from both sides. Breakaway opportunities, loose passing. This is the time of the game when one of these two teams really needs to stamp their foot of authority.
Tyler John was trying to find Frank Tayu. Tayu goes for a sub. That's great hustle from the indoor legend to get off the field, get his defensive change. Pino. Hernandez goes shoulder to shoulder. Curling ball forward, Marquez. Ball up the wall, Romero. He read it well enough for Tetsane not to take a touch. Urgency starting to set in here for Kansas City. You're going to start seeing some high pressing and a lot of go forward. Caceres up the boards for Ramos.
That was such a, sorry to cut you out, that was such a small moment there, but I was watching Caceres through that passage of play. He made an errant pass, and instead of staying with his man and holding, he shifted inside to space, and that's just such veteran view of the game, and it allowed the team to then break away to this spell of possession. And with just under 7 minutes to play, you know, those small moments, those are game winners. Really important from the captain there.
This ball deflected out of play off the head of Barry. We've made it to the media timeout. 6:48 to play here in regulation. It's Tacoma 9, it's Kansas City 7. We'll step aside for a moment. Don't go anywhere. You're watching a fantastic game right here on MASL TV.
When the time comes, we must be ready.
When every second counts.
Be ready.
Act fast.
Do not give up.
Push hard. Keep pushing when it's all on the line.
Be there for each other.
Give it everything you've got.
Do more for your team.
Be ready. Stay ready. Call 911.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Call 911.
Our next
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV, on YouTube, and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bachavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's game and discuss the league's hot topics. It's MASL Monday.
That's ball number 2.
Peyton Barron's Cole Weaver. Stars 9, Comets 7. Had a dandy on our hands tonight. Correa, Ramos, John, Cox, and Canale are on the field. And we have a goalkeeping change. Neto is back in the net. So both sides now have had a goalkeeping change. Ejimadu, who's given up 9 goals tonight. And Neto, his only appearance so far was when he had to come in and stuff Frank Tayu on a shootout opportunity. But now Neto's going to make the run all the way to the bench, and the 6 attackers coming onto the field. It's going to be Zach Reggett in the red shirt. So perhaps Neto in the net because he moves better towards the bench. The Comets are on the long boards. They are further away on the sub from their defensive half.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's purely a fitness play, just because the legs are going to be important to continue to make that run all the rest of the game.
Reggett in the red.
Your attention, please. The Kansas City.
Here's a strike, and DeLima gets enough on it. Hernandez just dumped it forward. Reggett was able to easily stop it. Reggett wasn't going to the bench there. If the Stars would have maintained possession, they would have had a chance towards goal with Reggett being the goalkeeper on the field. Marquez plays that ball down low. DeLima comes out for it. Tetsane, top of the arc. Marquez with a strike, and it's deflected.
Yeah, Peyton, remembering the last time out, we saw the Stars go 6 attacker, and it kind of went sideways pretty quickly, conceding multiple goals with Jamel Cox wearing the jersey. The Stars can really put away this game if they can get a goal with the empty net.
Stars holding on to a 2-goal lead. Largest lead that they've had tonight. Chip ball across. Ball into the corner, played off the wall, wide open on the back post, misses out. Second time, no, not enough. Reggett just goes full volley, nearly puts that ball into Federal Way. Oh, man.
Wow, that's the second opportunity like that this evening when it was just an empty net begging to be put home. And lines completely whiffed. Massive let-off for the Stars.
Ramos into the attack. He puts a left-footed shot. Neto with the save. It was good build-up play with Canale, Mendoza, and Ramos. Canale goes for a sub. Neto gets off the field. Reggett jumps on. Under 5 to play here in regulation. Lennis plays over for Tetsane. This is Lennis. He hammers a strike. It's off the window. Comets are missing out on the frame of the goal by the smallest of margins. DeLima's throw doesn't make it to the midway stripe. Briscoe on the interception. Neto was in between changes. He makes it back to the goalkeeping area. Caceres pulls back and the Stars are in possession.
But sure, that from the captain could have kept going forward. Elects for the possession.
Tayu gets the ball up top. Settles, brings it back. Look at that. The Stars stretching out the field. Tayu, the checking run. The Stars, they maintain possession here. Get this ball back towards DeLima. And there it is. Now they're starting to draw out Kansas City. Here's a ball to the corner. Neto's going to run out for it. Tetsane forward. He gets into a double team. Tyler John. Briscoe wins it. Reggett's on the field. He's the goalkeeper. Caceres wants to make sure that the Stars can keep Zach Reggett in the goal.
Yeah,
the sixth attacker caught out, and now you're going to see Zach Reggett playing goalkeeper. Canale, corner. Kansas City's got to be careful. One mistake and Zach Reggett's going to have to make a save so the Stars can play incredibly patient here for the next 3 minutes. Briscoe gets pulled by Marquez. DeLima doesn't have many options. He finds one in a long Canale. Canale turns on his defender. Reggett with a touch. He's past Ramos. That was crucial. Caceres with a touch, and it's well up and over the goal. Dangerous times for Kansas City.
Yeah, they're living on the edge here, and they know it. Reggett got stuck in the goal there as they were in between substitutions with Neto. They come out unscathed, and there's still plenty of time left. We saw him score 3 goals in less time that's available now. Stars are really going to need a bat in the hatches, and they'll take that every single day of the week.
Reggett making sure he stays close to the bench. Now he's really hugging on to the left side of that field, making sure he doesn't get caught out again. Big throw, DeLima trying to find Tayu. Tayu's touch goes into the center of the field. Palmer chases it down. Tayu makes the big diagonal defensive run. If he can poke this forward, Romero was in, couldn't, and here's Pino. Neto makes his run off the field. He checks 2 to help out. Last second little detour. Stars showing some high press. Stars back on possession. Neto trying to get back. Caceres plays that ball into the hand. It's going to be Chad Vandergriff who's called for handling. The Stars under 2 minutes. They lead by 2. Caceres wanted that to be more so than just a common handling. Don't think he's going to get that call this late in the game.
Yeah, that would have been pretty harsh if a blue card would have been given then. But they'll take the free kick and more opportunity to waste some time.
Canale turns, he just misses out on the near post. Neto was begging for the timeout. I thought he was surprised on how slow the whistle came in. Canale got on him quickly. Oh, we got a good one on our hands here at the ShoWare Center. Fans, get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Cole, 9-7 right now. Tacoma Stars lead by 2. It was an incredible third quarter display from the Tacoma Stars. It's just been 1 goal so far in this fourth quarter. Do we have another goal in this game? Either way, whether it's Kansas City, whether it's Tacoma, who's getting the next goal? If so, or do we see this thing ending 9-7 after 102 seconds play out?
I'm going to make one more prediction this evening. I think there's 2 more goals in it, 1 each side.
1 each side.
I think the Comets get 1 as they continue to press and get really, really aggressive. I think the Stars get 1 at the dying embers to put this game away. I see a 10-8 finish. Stars win.
This would be a much-needed Tacoma Stars win, who with this game would go level with the Empire Strikers for 6th on the table, with a game in hand on the Empire Strikers. The Stars, in theory, do control their own destiny going into the playoffs. With just a handful of games remaining, they do have the least amount of games played right now on the MASL table, but that's going to bite them because they're going to have to play 3 games in a 5-day span here next week.
Yeah, it's a tough finish, especially with all the travel mixed in there. The Stars have had a great record at home. They have had a pretty dismal record away from home. They're going to need to turn that around if they want to see themselves make the playoffs.
Kansas City ready to get things moving forward, and they have to be clinical here. They have had an incredible amount of quality strikes on goal, but they have just missed out on the goal just marginally all night long. Tetsane, his shot pushed away. Caceres funneled that ball off the glass somehow. Correa is in behind. He's one-on-one with Lennis. Correa splits 2 defenders. Tyler John puts this to himself. John is just wide.
Oh, the crowd was just begging for a shot from so many different people.
Correa taken off his feet. Briscoe pushed to the ground, no whistle. Caceres, he's taken down. Briscoe is taken down. There's a whistle called. Briscoe is fuming.
Yeah, I know that look from Briscoe. That's him getting fired up and them winning the decision. He is also going to talk himself into a yellow card at the same time.
So Kai Briscoe is going to sit the remainder of this game. A yellow card for dissent. I don't think that that's needed there, because at the time that you win this foul, regardless of how many times you were just pushed to the ground, you still had Zach Reggett in the goal. If the Stars could have got the restart, started play early on without needing this yellow card and the whistle to be blown, the Stars could have got restarted with Reggett still on the field.
Yeah, it's a great point, and a little bit immature from Kai Briscoe as he lives in the moment always. But ultimately, the Stars still have a 2-goal cushion and less than a minute to play. They'll really like where they stand right now.
Attention, please. In goal for the Comets, number 1, Nicolau Neto.
Caceres is going to play this ball all the way back for DeLima, who's immediately under pressure. DeLima has to chase this ball with his back towards the front of the field. This is unbelievable. That is not what the Stars wanted to do. Look at Adrian Correa and the vertical. My goodness, he ate his Wheaties this morning.
Wow, and DeLima just made a complete mess of that. It was really awkward as it came back to him. He was in between playing it out to his left side. I believe that it was Chase Hansen that provided the option. Went for the clearance. It didn't work out, and here they are under pressure. But
30 seconds. Here's Tyler John. If he can get a touch, he's off. Tetsane just knocks it forward. Reagan, it falls to him perfectly. The deflection keeps it out. 20 seconds on the clock. DeLima makes a catch. Caceres on the rollout. The Stars have done nearly enough tonight. Tyler John battling, he's pressing. 5 on the clock. The Tacoma Stars are gonna come out of this thing victorious. Oh, what a night at the ShoWare Center. Every Tacoma Star left it out on the field. It was an incredible battle. Kudos to the Kansas City Comets for putting on one heck of a show here on the road. My goodness, that is top-notch entertainment. Jamel Cox on a hat trick. Lucia Tetsane had himself a hat trick for Kansas City. Tacoma took off in the third quarter. They went supernova. outscoring Kansas City 5-1 in the third quarter alone. My goodness. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on MASL TV, wherever you are tuning in from. Peyton Barron's Cole Weaver. Tacoma, a much-needed 9-7 victory. They continue to just dominate at home. On the road, they are winless. At home, they are 8-3. They've made some big additions. Clayson DeLima comes in and played an incredible second half, only conceding once. Frank Tayu, King Tayu, MASL's all-time point leader, one of the greats, comes into this game, gets himself on the score sheet. A couple of goals for Frank Tayu, but the man of the night is Jamel Cox. Cole Weaver is on the field with the man himself who had the hat trick. He had himself the game-winning goal tonight in the third quarter, notched the 8th goal for the Tacoma Stars. And Cole Weaver is going to talk to our very own Jamel Juice Cox. Let's go down onto the pitch.
Jamel, give you a moment to catch your breath, because what an insane finish. And I made a call earlier in the game. We were not even at halftime, and it was just a flurry of goals, all the chaos in the world. Game of the Year candidate, I think we have a pretty good say. What do you think?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the fans think.
Fans, we think that was Game of the Year. What do you guys think? All right, they enjoyed it. So as the game started, you guys started really on the front foot. You got the early goal, and things went a little bit haywire there pretty quickly. Lucia Tetsani walking behind us had a heck of a game with a hat trick. You followed it up with a hat trick throughout the game. I want to talk about halftime. What was the message from Coach Becker? How did you guys really come out in the second half firing?
I mean, we started the game off really good, and then we went on that slump. And then at halftime talk, it was just following our runners. That was just the main thing. So once we started following on our runners and stopped trading goals with them, we caught rhythm, and then we did our thing.
You've been a goal threat all season. To get a hat trick tonight and really put the nail in the coffin to get all 3 points, getting you guys closer to that title race. How does that feel for you personally?
I mean, it's good. I was on a 5-game slump without scoring, so it's fine. It's good to find the back of the net finally.
You guys got a lot of travel coming ahead of you, a lot of road games. How do you prepare yourself for that?
Just rest, do the right things, do the little things right, and then hopefully we can find some points on the road.
Well, best of luck to you on the road. We look forward to seeing you later in the month.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jamel.
Thanks, Cole. Thanks, Jamel. An incredible game here at the ShoWare Center tonight. There's one of Jamel Cox's goals. Just an incredible display of indoor soccer that we saw. The Stars, the Comets, 9-7 final. We'll step aside and we'll be back to wrap things up in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Post game coming up on MASL TV.
Out here in the Pacific Northwest, every jersey is made with care right here at home. Crafted for the Tacoma Stars and teams across the nation. Built to perform on the big stage. I'm proud to wear Prototype Sports, the official uniform supplier of the Tacoma Stars.
Go Stars!
When a heart stops, the clock starts. You are the first responder until help arrives. In that moment, 4 minutes equals brain damage. 6 minutes equals too late. In an emergency, the first responder is you. We need you. And you. And you. Will you be ready? Learn CPR. Visit heart.org/nation.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Welcome back inside the Accesso ShoWare Center. Peyton Barons, Cole Weaver, an incredible night of indoor soccer, and we have an amazing set of highlights here to go through tonight. I mean, it was back and forth all night long. This is one of those Tasane goals where he is able to get things started. On the Tacoma Stars side, it was fight, fight, fight. That's Canale's first. He read it so well off of Pino. This great ball from Cox, that's the Tyler John short-handed goal. But these Tacoma Stars, a tale of two halves. Tasane, banger. What a night, Cole.
Yeah, I mean, we can watch these. This feels like it was so long ago, what we're watching right now. Lucia Tasane absolutely ran the show in the first half. And the Stars just came out absolutely firing in the second, and it was an incredible performance. We're seeing these goals on highlight here as it was a 16-goal thriller. And it had everything. I mean, we had blue card chaos, we had goalies scrambling, we had man down attackers, bar down goals, bangers from distance, heated rivalries, fouls, just everything. And it was just such a quality indoor soccer match and everything that you really wanted, and the Stars came up on top.
So this is right here, the third quarter, where the Stars just take over. 5 unanswered goals. They outscore the Comets 5-1 here. Frank Tayu gets himself a brace in the third quarter, just across a couple of minutes. It's 3 minutes in total that those 2 Frank Tayu goals happen. Briscoe, just great footwork. I mean, cuts left, goes right, hammers the shot. It's unfortunate for Ejimadu, and then goes airborne. We love to see Kai Briscoe and his flips. Right here, the Jamel Cox goal. This is ultimately your game winner. Cox on the set piece free kick. That's the 8th goal of the night, and that's the one that's going to hold the Stars victorious. You spoke with Jamel. What an excellent night of soccer. The Tacoma Stars and Jamel Cox behind his hat trick were able to top one of the best teams that MASL has to offer. This Kansas City Comets team, they are a real contender for the Ron Newman Cup title. And the Tacoma Stars came in tonight and they fought tooth and nail with them all night long, and it was magical.
Yeah, I remember talking to Eddie Na a couple weeks ago after the game. He scored 2 really great goals in that game, and one of the things he mentioned is, we proved in that evening that they can compete with anybody in the league, and they showed that again here tonight. Now, the real question for the Stars, can they do it on the road? They've been doing it really well at home, but they have not been able to do it well on the road, and these road games that are ahead of them are so vital when it comes to the conversation of whether or not they're going to be in the playoffs. That's their biggest test going forward.
And you mentioned those road games for the Tacoma Stars. It does not get any easier from here on out. The Tacoma Stars only have 1 more home game, but get this. So March 8th, they're going to wake up on Sunday in Milwaukee for a 12:05 Pacific time kickoff. It's going to be a 3 p.m. local time for Milwaukee. On the 12th, they're going to find themselves in sunny California taking on the Empire Strikers. And just 2 days later, they're going to find themselves in Baltimore for an early matinee matchup against the Baltimore Blast before the next day going to Utica City, where then they will return home 6 days later. So these next 4 games across a 7-day window for the Tacoma Stars are going to be the absolute most pivotal point in their season.
Yeah, without a doubt. And they started with 3 home games, 4 in 5, and they won every single home game. They won 5 home games in a row. And that really kicked off the beginning of their season, and then they went winless, and they're still winless on the road. So they have to figure out a way to turn around. I asked Jamel, what do you have to do to get yourself ready for these next games? The momentum is massive that they have here, but can they find the way to get it done? I keep saying it, but it's just everything for their season.
I think the best part of the schedule is that they do not see the San Diego Sockers another time. Unfortunately, 2 matchups against the Baltimore Blast, who have been one of the hottest teams in MASL. They are riding a 6-game winning streak right now. Plus, they also got to face off against the Milwaukee Wave. Tough times ahead for the Tacoma Stars, but for tonight, they are victorious. They can hold their chins high. They took took down the Kansas City Comets at home in one heck of a match that we'll be talking about for years and years to come. It's been an incredible night here at the accesso ShoWare Center. I'm Peyton Behrens. Alongside me is Cole Weaver. For everyone back at Mission Control, thank you so much for tuning in to this incredible broadcast of the Major Arena Soccer League. We will see you on March the 21st when the Stars play host to the St. Louis Ambush. Good night, everyone. Stay safe.
Welcome to Zenith Sports and Techie. I'm Paul Hansen.
And I'm Philip Lund. So what's special about the Techie ball is a size 3, but a weight of a size 5, which would make it challenging and fun to use. Like Paul said, doing practices on your own time.
What I know about this ball is whether you're starting out at age 5, or you're an old fart like me, or a younger fart like Philip. This ball is something that's going to take your ability when you practice with it and then go use a regulation ball. It's going to increase your comfort, increase your technical ability, increase your speed. Welcome to Techie.
Out here in the Pacific Northwest, every jersey is made with care right here at home. Crafted for the Tacoma Stars and teams across the nation. Built to perform on the big stage. I'm proud to wear Prototype Sports, the official uniform supplier of the Tacoma Stars.
Go Stars!